Hello, One Piece enthusiasts. I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about Dr. Vegapunk and the secrets that might be revealed in the One Piece world with his introduction in the story. So, as of chapter 1061, we have officially been introduced, or unofficially been introduced to Dr. Vegapunk, and in a girl body. So, not an issue, but the issue is it's got Punk 2 written on it, which suggests that it's sort of like an avatar of his. This is not his real body, because obviously he sounds like an old man, and time again he's been referenced as a he, and and he's pretty damn old. Like, okay, Dr. Correa is like 100 years old and looks very young, but this is a bit too much, honestly. But in honest opinion, anyone who cares to, talk about this, this is definitely not his real body, but rather an avatar created so that he can go around places that he can't go by himself, so that he can explore and see how stuff works outside his realm of research. With that out of the question, the first thing I want to talk about with the introduction of Dr. Vegapunk is Frankie. Frankie is the only known Straw Hat among the Straw Hat crew, which sort of has a very good understanding of Dr. Vegapunk's research and his past works and himself as a scientist. Because Frankie himself is sort of like a scientist, mechanical cyborg freak, or whatever you want to call it. He's the only person in the Straw Hat crew who has any interest in building robots or, basically mechs and whatnot. And in the time skip, Frankie was the person that went to, a place where Vegapunk used to work and got his research, got his findings, and upgraded his body and, added more things to the Sunny and took lessons and inspirations from those past research of Dr. Vegapunk so that he can make his life better. And for these two to come together, and I really want to see a face-to-face discussion with Frankie and Vegapunk, because these two, if they get together, we literally get to see mecha shows for free in One Piece. You don't have to go anywhere else. We'll see the ultimate mecha show that the world has to offer. Jokes aside, I really think that these two talking together would make a lot of sense, and it would add more to Frankie's character than we already know. It would add a lot more depth, and maybe at some point he can add more upgrades to himself, making himself stronger or the Sunny stronger to face off against Blackbeard or the world government at the end of the series. We're at the end of the series, but I still believe that Frankie needs more power up. Overall, the Straw Hats need a lot more power up than they have right now, and especially Frankie. He's been underrated. He's done a lot in terms of fighting and dealing with people that are stronger than him. Sasaki, for example, he didn't get the bounty he deserved, but that's not, his fault. It's the world government. They do whatever they want. But Frankie, in honest perspective, needs a better upgrade than he already has. And I would love to see a giant cyborg coming together, even bigger than Frankie Shogun, coming together and fighting with the Blackbeard pirates. I don't even care. Just turn it into a mecha show, for all I care. I would love to see that, and this is just a small fraction of what I want to see. The second point that has got to be explored is Dr. Vegapunk's relation to the revolutionaries. So, the thing about Vegapunk, Kuma, and Bonnie, these three individuals have some sort of a connection that we have yet to explore, and it's a lot more complex than we think it originally is. So, what I want to say is, number one, Bonnie has some sort of a connection to Kuma. Kuma has connections to the revolutionaries. And Dr. Vegapunk doesn't seem to be the person who is 100% loyal to the world government. Because if he was, he would have never allowed Kuma to be programmed in a way where he'd be able to protect the Thousand Sunnies for 2 years. It is impossible for a 100% loyal government dog to do something like this. Dr. Vegapunk is not a Kainu. He's very laid back. And from what it looks, he is very laid back. And, he calls himself mediocre. He's not. And we could see the kind of person he is with the stuff he's done before and with the stuff he's doing right now. Point is, I feel as though there's a little bit more to be explored. And Bonnie might not know this, but maybe when us readers don't even have any idea if Dr. Vegapunk has any idea about the revolutionaries. Does he have a direct contact with them? Or does he not? Or is it just because Kuma is a good friend, that's why he's doing it? And now we also get to explore Bonnie's secrets of the Sorbet Kingdom, Kuma's origins, and whatnot. And I think this is gonna play a lot into the story. And we will get to see a little bit of Dr. Vegapunk's alliance, like which side he's on. Maybe he's on the neutral side. Maybe he's not with the world government, or completely. It's just he does it because he gets the money to do whatever he wants to do. It could be anything. So I just really want this part to be explored. Aside from that, uh, I don't have much to add to the Kuma and Bonnie story. Rather, there is a lot to be unraveled, and I feel like this is the best way to unravel all these secrets revolving around Kuma, because Kuma has been such a major player in the story, from him saving the Straw Hats to whatever happened in Malaysia, and he's frankly a very nice person from what we've seen from Sabo's flashback and with Dragon and everyone else. We know he's a nice person. He saved the Straw Hats, and Bonnie has something to do with it. Sorbet Kingdom, bro, what is going on? Like, oh my god, Oda, please just explore these, please. I would beg you to do it. Uh, with that being said, uh, one more thing that I wanted to touch upon for us readers to get explored into the mysteries of the story is devil fruits. In an SBS, Oda mentioned that, or someone asked a question about how does Blackbeard have more than one devil fruit? Can there be more than one similar devil fruits, or can there be, you know, I don't even know, two devil fruit users like the same at the same time or whatnot. I don't even know what the question was. Point is, we need to know the origin of devil fruits. We need to know how devil fruits work, and why is it that the fact that when people have, when they eat devil fruits, they can't swim, because that needs to be explored a little bit as well. Maybe we're not getting it here. Maybe we can get it from Im-sama, but I would like a little bit of insight. More than that, we'd like to know a little bit more about the artificial devil fruit, especially Momonosuke's one. Uh, Momonosuke's fruit was supposed to be a failed project of Kaido's fruit, but apparently it worked, and I think we can know a little bit about how it happened, how it could have been how it could have been not a failure of a devil fruit, but actually a very good creation. And then finally, the most important part of it all, Blackbeard's body and devil fruits. Maybe Blackbeard himself will explain this a lot better, but a little bit of insight into how it can be possible can be said by Dr. Vegapunk, because he's been researching this for a long, long time. For someone to recreate devil fruits, yes, even though it is not 100%, guarantee that you get the power, you're still able to replicate fruits that is damn near impossible. It was supposed to be given by nature, but yet you're artificially creating it, which means you have a lot of idea on how it's created, and how it can be created artificially. So, point is, that needs to be a little bit explored as well. And with devil fruits, and with Luffy's one, especially with his awakening, everyone still knows that it's the Gomu Gomu no Mi. Every single one of the Straw Hats still know that it's the Gomu Gomu no Mi, but the only person aside from the Gorosei that might have an idea on this, and maybe even Shanks or Blackbeard, Dr. Vegapunk is the perfect person for Luffy to talk about his devil fruit with. If he needs to know how to upgrade his devil fruit powers, how he can improve his devil fruit, even though it's an awakening and he says it's peak, he was only able to maintain it for about 5 to 10 minutes, but that's not enough. That's not enough to win against the world government, Blackbeard, Akainu, Imsama, the Gorosei, that's not enough, honestly. He still needs a lot of upgrades, and I think Dr. Vegapunk might have an idea on it. Because once he figures out that it's not the Gomu Gomu no Mi, maybe he'll start speculating that it might be the lost fruit. It took the Gorosei quite a long time to understand it, and maybe Dr. Vegapunk knows about it as well. I wouldn't be shocked. This is pretty much it from what we need to know from Dr. Vegapunk. A lot of more Devil Fruit mysteries that I don't have in my head right now. I couldn't think about it. But let me know what you guys want to know from Dr. Vegapunk so that we can talk about it in details in a future video, because it's a break week. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for 50 subs. Until next time, peace.